I've had the pleasure of seeing a lot of rare Mopars, and I have a bunch of them on video since I started this channel. So let's go check them out. Starting with this 1962 Dodge Polara 500 that came with the Ram Charger 413, more commonly known as a max wedge engine. This one has the 11:1 compression ratio and was factory rated at 410 horsepower. This one has a 3-speed manual on the floor. How rare is this car? Well, Dodge only produced 29 Polara max wedge cars in '62, and only 6 of them had the 11:1 compression and 3-speed manual combination. Even more amazing is this car has only about 10,000 miles, although it did receive a repaint some time ago. If you enjoy checking out classic cars like these, then click the subscribe button below to be notified of my future videos. By the way, this car is currently for sale with an asking price of $74,995. Next is a 1968 BENGAL Charger. They only produced 50 BENGAL Chargers, and only 12 of them were RTs like this one with a 440. If you're wondering what a BENGAL Charger is, they were sold exclusively by Tom Near Dodge in Cincinnati to celebrate the first season of the Cincinnati Bengal football team. The cars were painted tiger orange by the Chrysler factory. It's the same color as the Cincinnati Bengals football helmet. The paint code on the fender tag was 999, indicating special order paint. Chrysler also added the rear stripes. This '68 Barracuda was Plymouth's prototype for the BO29 Super Stock car. It was their test mule. It started life as a 344 speed, and Plymouth modified it to fit in the 426 race Hemi engine and other parts that ended up in the super stock cars. Here's not one, but 2 Chrysler Turbine Cars. To give you an idea about how remarkable it is to see 2 of them in one place, there is only 9 of them known to still exist. Chrysler originally produced 55 of them between '63 and '64. The turbine cars were experimental, powered by a turbine engine that was smooth running and could run on multiple different fuels like gas, diesel, peanut oil, and even tequila. The cars were tested and lent out to people part of the test program where they used the cars in their everyday life. Chrysler discontinued the project due to emissions, performance, and high costs. They recalled and destroyed most of the cars, leaving only a few left for museums, although Jay Leno owns one. They were all painted turbine bronze except for one, which made it into the 1964 movie The Lively Set. The cars had power steering, brakes, and automatic transmissions. This 1969 A12 Super Bee is one of 2 pilot cars used to develop the A12 440 6-pack car. This one is the first 4-speed A12 ever produced. This car was used in the September '69 issue of Performance Cars for their road test, and Dodge used it at the '69 International Auto Show. I've read that magazine article many times, so seeing the second A12 car ever built was pretty cool. Next is a 1962 Sport Fury convertible max wedge car. Plymouth produced just 13 of the Sport Furies in convertible with the 413 max wedge engine in 1962. The super stock 413 came with two different compression ratios. This one is the 11:1, which was factory rated with 410 horsepower. This car is an automatic, making it one of only 7 produced. The next car was at Carlisle in April of this year. It's a 1969 Barracuda M-Code car, which means it was produced with the 440 Super Commando engine. Later in 1969, Chrysler made the 440 engine optional, and the car was designated with the M-Code in the VIN as a special engine option. The exact production numbers are not available, about 360 or so, but very few of them survive today. All the M-Code Barracudas came with an automatic, a console, and no power steering or brakes due to the tight fit in the engine compartment. Also, because of the tight fit, the left side exhaust manifold and motor mount is unique to these cars. By the way, this car sold at Mecum Auctions in 2024 for $51,000 and was for sale the day I saw it in this video 9 months later for $76,900. Next is a 1965 Plymouth Belvedere A990 car, which came with the 426 race Hemi engine from the factory. To qualify for the NHRA Superstock class, 100 of each car had to be produced by the manufacturer. The A990 cars satisfied this requirement, and about 101 or 102 were produced. They came with acid-dipped sheet metal, lightweight glass, and a ton of delete parts to save weight, like the radio, rear seat, heater, power steering, AC, power brakes, reverse lights, the dome light, armrests, sun visors, and even coat hooks were deleted. And this is the Dodge version, a 1965 Coronet A990 car. They only produced 101 of them. They only produced 21 1969 Hemi Dodge Daytonas with an automatic, and this one is a true survivor car that has less than 40,000 miles. This one has an 8 3/4 rear with 355 gears and came with the factory wheel covers. The street version of the Daytona was produced to satisfy NASCAR rules. The next car is a 1970 Plymouth Sport Fury GT. The GT cars are very rare to begin with, but this one came with a 446 barrel engine from the factory. Depending on the source, they only produced about 64 of them, making this car one of the rarest and coolest Mopars out there. A 1971 Charger Super Bee was not available with a 444 barrel engine. It seems some of the dealerships had some special pull because 26 of them are known to have come from the factory, and this is one of them. and only 6 of them are known to survive today. Someone has added the 6-pack intake on this engine. Just like the 65 race factory cars and 67 Plymouth produced Belvedere lightweight cars equipped with a 426 Hemi. They are known as RO23 cars. Only 55 were produced and only 17 were 4-speeds like this car. Here's another one of the 17 4-speed cars which was raced by Ferris Motors. This one has been restored to the way the factory would have delivered this car new, and it only has 1,406 original miles, mostly 1/4 mile at a time. In 1970, a 340 was only available on the base Challengers, known as the A66 cars. This one is a convertible, making it even rarer. They only produced about 264 of them in 1970, and 178 of them are automatics like this one. The A66 package came with the RT hood, rear bumblebee stripe, heavy-duty brakes, and suspension. This is not just an average Superbird car, it's painted petty blue from the factory. It is estimated that only about 53 to 55 of them came from the factory with this color. The legit ones like this have the paint code 999 on the fender tag. Next is a 1970 Barracuda Gran Coupe. This one came with a 318 and is a convertible, making it pretty rare. They only produced about 596 of them. Earlier we saw a 1970 Sport Fury GT. They also produced a 70 Sport Fury S23. They only produced about 689 of them. The S23 was very similar to the GT but came with smaller engine options and different standard equipment. This one has the 383 4-barrel, making it rarer than most of them, which could also come with a 318 2-barrel or a 383 2-barrel. In 1968, Chrysler produced 2 more lightweight factory race Hemi cars, the 68 Dart LO23 and the Barracuda known as the BO29. Only 80 Barracudas and 70 Darts were produced. They were delivered to the buyers in gray primer and the fiberglass front ends were black. Both of these cars were restored back to the way they were during their glory days of racing. This green 71 Hemi Charger RT and the blue one to the left are 2 of 12 produced for Canada. These 2 cars rolled off the assembly line together, and their VIN numbers are consecutive, 1 number apart from each other. Dodge only produced 75 Hemi Charger RTs in 1971, so both of these cars are 1 of 75 produced. It's pretty cool that 54 years ago these cars were assembled together, and now they are parked right here next to each other again. This is a 1971 Mr. Norm's Demon GSS. The Grand Spalding Dodge dealership offered a dealer-installed upgrade to the Demon 340, which had 3 Holley 2-barrels and an aluminum Edelbrock intake similar to the Chrysler 340 6-pack. It also had custom valve covers and air cleaner. Next is this 1971 Challenger RT 6-pack car. They only produced about 250 total 440 6-pack Challenger RTs in 1971. 121 of them were automatics like this one. It has the optional Super Track Pack Dana 60 rear with 410 gears. By the way, this car is for sale with an asking price of $165,000. What makes this '69 Monaco Wagon rare is the option in the front grille called the Super-Lite. It's rare because it was only available for 2 years, 1969 and 70. In addition, it was only available by Dodge only. And to narrow down things even more, Dodge only produced them on the Polara and Monaco models. The purpose of the Super-Lite, when turned on, was to provide more light than the low beams and less than the high beams. By the way, this car was for sale with an asking price of $38,000. In 1970, they only produced about 36 Hemi Coronet Super Bee cars, and this is one of them. This one is a 4-speed, making it one of about 21. Here's a 1968 Plymouth Sport Fury that came with a 383 engine. What makes it rare is it came with a factory 4-speed. C-body 4-speed cars are extremely rare, and it's not something you see every day. Unfortunately, I don't have the production numbers on 4-speed C-body cars. They only produced about 292 Cuda Convertibles in '71. This one is a real one. Many of the ones you see out there are clones. This one has the 340 and is painted Bahama yellow. Next is a 1970 Chrysler 300 Hearst. They only produced about 500 of them. The tan interior is leather and borrowed from the Imperial LeBaron. They started life as a Chrysler 300 two-door painted in Spinnaker white. Then they were shipped to Hearst for modifications that included a fiberglass hood skin, a fiberglass trunk, and integrated spoiler. They were treated with Hearst decals and paint throughout. Under the hood, they only came with one engine, the 440 TNT, which was rated with 375 horsepower. In 1969, Dodge only produced 107 Hemi Coronet RT cars. This one is a 4-speed, making it even rarer. Next is the limited production 1970 Challenger TA and AAR Cuda cars. Their purpose was to satisfy the Trans Am racing requirement to have a street version of the race car used at the track. The 340 had 3 Holley 2-barrels and an aluminum Edelbrock manifold. The block and heads are unique to the cars, and it has more power than a 344 barrel, rated at a conservative 290 horsepower and 345 foot-pounds of torque. On the outside, both cars have a hinged fiberglass hood painted black with functional hood scoops and hood pins. Down the sides are reflective stripes. In the rear is a ducktail spoiler. The low restriction dual exhaust system exits out the side with the trumpet-style shaped openings. The staggered tire sizes was the first time a car rolled out of Detroit with different size front and rear tires. 2,724 AAA cars were produced and 2,399 TAs. The next car is a 1970 Challenger RT Convertible with the 440 pack. This car is very rare. They only produced about 99 6-pack cars with the convertible top. This one is an automatic, making it even rarer with only 38 of them made.
On display. Walter Chrysler's wife's personal limousine that was made for her.
I wanted to check the VIN to make sure it was real, but the sunshade was covering it. The owner was kind enough to leave a note indicating that it's real. Here's a 1970 Challenger RT, and this one is an original Hemi car. They only produced 287 of them in 1970. The fender tag indicates the car was originally plumb crazy and an automatic, but it currently has a 4-speed and is painted blue. Only 150 of the 287 were automatics, and this one is one of them. This car is the only one produced. It's a 1937 Chrysler Imperial LeBaron Towncar Limousine. It was made for Walter Chrysler himself as a gift for his wife Della. It holds 7 passengers and has a straight inline 8-cylinder and weighs 6,300 pounds. Here's a 1971 Dodge Demon Sizzler. It was produced for only part of the 1971 year. Dodge advertised it as a budget-friendly car, low insurance rates, but with the sporty look. Under the hood, they came with a slant 6 or 318. This one has a 318. It's possible that they produced about 3,000 of them, but not many of them survived. When was the last time you saw one? Check out some Mopar t-shirts and metal signs for the garage by visiting vintagecarmerch.com. That's vintagecarmerch.com. There's also a link down below. And I'll see you in the next one.